What's going on, everybody? Blue Raven here, and I'm back with another video. If my voice sounds a little tired, it's because I'm actually losing my voice as we speak. I've had a long day. I actually tried to do this video earlier, but then a bunch of stuff came up and I had to stop it, so I had to redo it. Big news from Division. Big news. News we've been dying for, guys. This is huge. I'm going to be covering the day one recap of what they talked about with Division 2, what Ubisoft talked about, Massive talked about with Division. And then I'm also going to talk about what starts tomorrow, the new season, which kicks off tomorrow. And I will be playing tomorrow. I will be live streaming as long as my voice can hold up tomorrow. The Red Horizon season. I'm going to start that season. That season actually sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to jump right into it. Big long stream for you guys tomorrow. So make sure you guys are stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you're subbed, and let's get into this. So, what are we talking about? So, the Division 2 at Gamescom, crossplay Echoes of Central Park and Red Horizon. Okay, agents, we have officially kicked off Gamescom with our first the Division 2 panel, joined by creative directors Yannick, however you say it, game director Alex, to take a look at what's coming up next for Division 2. This is the biggest news for me right here. This is the biggest news for me, and I'm going to tell you why. This is when I get my subscriber base up. This is when my subscriber base goes up over that 1,000. When I road to 1,000, this is going to get me there. My biggest viewership comes from Division players wanting to play with me, wanting to help me, wanting me to help them, but they're on different consoles. They're on PC, they're on Xbox, I'm on PlayStation, or whatever. Crossplay is coming in November, thank goodness. Now, I don't know all the specifics about crossplay. I'm going to read about what they put in here. I kind of know about this, but I'm also going to talk about how I think it's going to go about, because there's certain ways they have to do things. And I may be wrong on this. You guys let me know if I missed something during the stream, if I'm right or wrong. So it says, one of the most requested additions to Division 2 is finally on its way. Crossplay launches in November. Bringing agents together across platforms has required significant work behind the scenes, including partially rebuilding the game online architecture. With crossplay, your platforms will no longer stand between you and other agents, opening up matchmaking and allowing more of the community to play together. Let's go. When crossplay launches, all players will be migrated to the crossplay environment. Crossplay will be enabled by default. Players can disable crossplay from the character select screen. So if you want to just play on your specific console, you can do that, or you can go into crossplay. With crossplay enabled, you can encounter and play with agents from all supported platforms who also have it enabled. With crossplay disabled, you will only encounter players on your own platform. Clans will migrate to crossplay, allowing agents from different platforms to join the same clan. Clan capacity will increase from 50 to 100. I only have one. It's just me. So make sure you guys, once crossplay happens, my rule will be, if you want to join my clan, you have to be subscribed to my channel. So as long as you're subscribed to my channel, you can join my clan. Leaderboards will reset with the introduction of crossplay, with crossplay settings also reflecting the leaderboard display. I don't know what that is. I think that has something to do with clans. Beyond making it easier to play with friends regardless of the platform, crossplay intends to create a healthier matchmaking environment and reduce queue times across the game. We'll share more details as we get closer to the November launch. So this is what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to increase your character slots from, I think we have 4 right now, to, if it's either 4, it'll go to 8. If it's 5, then it'll go to 10, right? I think they're going to double the amount of character slots you have. And what they're going to basically tell you is, if you have multiple characters across your platforms, you need to get it down to the maximum amount you can fit into the character slots when you enable because crossplay is going to automatically be enabled. And then any characters that you had already built that may go outside of it, you may have to disable, go in there, put your gear up, get rid of a character, re-enable it to move art, or they're going to have triple the amount of character slots, right? Because there's 3 main platforms: PlayStation, PC, and PC. PC has 2 with Steam and Ubisoft Connect, so there's 2 different on PC, 2 completely different servers. So there's actually 4. But so I don't know how they're going to do that, but that's kind of how I would think they would do it. But again, we'll know more. But this is big for me. I'm very excited for this. Can't wait for this. 2 months to go, and we'll be there. We're getting ready to go into September, so we have well, three. Well, so we don't know when in November. But I'm assuming the start of November. So two and a half months. Year 8, Season 3, Red Horizon. Red Horizon launches August 27th. That's tomorrow. Bringing the cleaners to Washington, D.C. Follow the events of the Battle of Brooklyn. The cleaners have lost their supply of purple flame and are heading to D.C. to search for a new source. Their presence will grow across the city throughout the season with cleaner activities, elite kill squads, and more. This season's modifier system centers around a new pressure gauge. Build it through combat, then experiment with different active and passive modifiers to change how you use it. The Dark Zone is also getting 2 major updates. Following community feedback, the Toxic PvE Dark Zone will become a permanent part of the game. That's awesome because I do like the Dark Zone and I would like to go in it every now and then, but not have to worry about those stupid canisters and stuff like they had for the last season. So that's because that's all going away. They're going to touch on that later, but on the PvP side, Blackout joins the rotation, removing the usual power restrictions, allowing agents to bring their full strength of their builds into the Dark Zone, including Shade Watch bonuses, expertise, and proto gear. So I don't know if this means because like before when I went into the Dark Zone, stuff like my Quick Step and my Turmoils didn't work. I don't know if that means that those will be able to work now or what, but that looks pretty cool. The first look at Year 8 Season 4. So this is Year 8 Season 3. This is the first look at Year 8 Season 4. Is I think that's going to be the DLC. I think the Year 8 Season 4 is going to be when we go back to Central Park. This is really cool. Red Horizon isn't the end of Year 8. During the panel, we shared an early look at agents who can expect from Season 4, including the return of the Black Tusk and a hint at a possible White Tusk development. That sounds cool. Season 4 will also bring a major change to several of Year 8's in-game systems. Proto Gear is being reworked to give players significantly more control over how their progress and customizes their gear, reducing the system's reliance on RNG. I hate that. I hate this right here. Everything about this sentence I hate. It's taking the looter out of looter shooter, in my opinion. But right, we'll just have to wait and see, right? The changes will touch. The change will touch expertise, augments, and introduce a new way to fine-tune proto gear. I think you're going to be able to actually change each perk. You're going to be able to eventually re-roll each perk. So if you want crit and stuff on your proto gear, you don't have to sit there and farm striker gear over and over and over again so you get that one lucky drop. You're just going to be able to get striker gear and then use proto cores to re-roll it, and I think that's kind of what they're going to get. Escalations are also evolving in Season 4. Season 3 addressed one of the biggest pain points of preventing tokens from being lost after disconnect, but there's more ahead in Season 4. Agents will have a greater control over the challenges and rewards in their escalated, while changing the mutators will make them more consistent and predictable. We'll have much more to share about Season 4 in the future. Our next expansion, Echoes of Central Park. This looks amazing, by the way. Just the screenshots look awesome. Finally, we've revealed the title of the next expansion. I think this is probably going to be somewhere around February. If I had to guess, this is going to be next year. This isn't coming out this year. If I had to bank money on it, this is not coming out this year. They are going to give us some gameplay at the end of this month. So at the end of September 24th, I believe, we're going to get some gameplay footage, but I would not be surprised. I would be surprised if this comes out this year. They haven't given us an actual definitive launch date. I would assume either January or February. New York has always had a special connection to the Division, true, but there's one iconic location we have never truly explored, Central Park. During the outbreak, Central Park was used as a mass burial, and years later, the remains inside the park is unknown. The question sits at the heart of Echoes of Central Park. So they did tell us how the campaign will start, and they told us a couple things about it. One, they told us that unlike other expansions, this expansion is going to have a replayability to it. So once you beat it, you're going to be going back into it and doing more stuff and playing more stuff, right? That's cool. They also told us how it's going to start. It's going to start very similar to a lot of other Division expansions. We're going to get a signal from inside Central Park. Now, we know this is a mass burial. There's not supposed to be anything alive in here, and we're gonna get a distress signal, and so we're gonna go investigate it. Kind of low key, kind of reminds me of the Taken King when you go to the distress signal Phobos, thinking there's nothing there, and it turns out there's a whole Cabal base. on Phobos, right? That's kind of what this reminds me of. Now they did say that they're very heavily leaning into the horror aspect, but not away from Tom Clancy. So it's still going to be so. Basically, what they said is it's still in the realm of reality, but they're really heavily relying on the scary atmosphere and whatnot. So a lot of people were thinking maybe they were talking about zombies or maybe like proto zombies. This could be within the realm of possibility. This is just something I'm throwing out there that I was thinking of. Is maybe that the virus, it doesn't kill people, but it like destroys their brain to where they just don't even think anymore. They're basically zombies, but their whole so their basic functions are still, their heart's still beating, they're still breathing and whatnot, but they're what makes a person is gone. So they're just basically walking zombies. That could be what they mean by the horror aspect, where they're heavily pushing on like the realm of Tom Clancy, where they're really pushing at the walls of reality versus what's real and what's fiction, right? Maybe, but we'll see. Very cool screenshots. I think I'm gonna make one of these my wallpaper. I think I want this one. I think I'm gonna make this one my wallpaper. Um, yeah, I'm gonna save this image. Save. Because I think I want that. That looks cool. First of all, look at this. So you got this cleaner dude. He's like getting ready to cut this person's head off, and you have this gun. It looks almost like a turret or a drone, maybe that's shooting it. What's really cool is they took these pictures and they took stuff out of it. There's stuff missing from this photo. There's another photo that's going around of people walking. So this is called Memorial Circle, I think is what it's called. Something Circle. So it has to do with this statue here. And this is a very iconic area of Central Park, I believe. Echoes of Central Park. Save the date. September 24th, 9 a.m., 6 p.m. World Gameplay Reveal. Let's go. You won't have to wait long to see more. Join us on September 24th at 9 p.m. For the dedicated Echoes of Central Park showcase, where we'll reveal more about what awaits us in Central Park. Before then, we're still working. There's still work to be done in Washington, D.C. for Year 8, Season 3 of Red Rock. So maybe it is going to be in Year 8, Season 4. So maybe it will be this year. Okay. So anyways, so that's everything here, right? That's everything here. Now we're going to jump over to the Red Horizon patch notes. That's coming out tomorrow. We're going to go really discuss that. So let's go ahead and discuss it. Division 2 Red Horizon. Gamescom gave us a look and a talk about this year. Gives us a lot to talk about this year. There we go. We shared more on what is ahead for Division 2 and current cosplay and the next DLC, a first tease of Season 4, and of course, Red Horizon. If you missed the panel, you can catch up here, which is this right here. Now it's time to turn our attention back to Washington, D.C., where the cleaners are making themselves very much at home. So grab a cup of Kerman coffee, get comfortable, and let's get everything waiting. And let's get to everything waiting for you in Red Horizon. Modifiers, weapons, gear set. Okay. Modifiers. Let's go over this. The cleaners are moving into Washington, D.C., and their presence will be hard to miss. They're becoming the main threat in retaliation this season, with 95 Company Elite Squad becoming part of the threat. Their growing presence sets the stage for this season's modifier that heat, and the heat does not stop with the cleaners. Global modifier, Under Pressure. Under Pressure revolves around a pressure gauge that builds as you fight. Kills, headshots, multi-kills, skill kills, status effect kills, fire kills, and kills made by other players in your group will contribute to the gauge. The more pressure you build, the stronger the bonuses you receive. By default, the pressure gauge provides status effects as its primary bonus. If status effects are not what your build needs, some passive modifiers can replace the gauge primary bonuses with signature weapon damage or hazard protection instead. I think I'm going to stick with the status effects. I think I'm going to go to status effects build where maybe I do either Tinkerer, right, with the bleed, and then have bleed with fire on top of it would be fun. Or maybe my Pestilence build. I know that's not a status effect. I know Pestilence isn't a status effect, but having that with fire would be a lot of fun. I think Pestilence with fire would be a lot of fun too. Active modifiers. Your pressure gauge is also used to activate one of the three active modifiers. Unlike previous seasons, this time active modifiers do not have a general cooldown. Once you have enough pressure, you activate one when you need it. The gauge resets once the active modifier ends, which is kind of cool, right? So there's three of them. So there's Fury Aura, second attribute Armor Regen. Secondary attribute is Armor Regen, which is kind of cool for me. I always like Armor Regen. That's one of my favorite things. While active, it gives you increased armor regen and damage resistance with additional protection while sprinting. Enemies that are close to you will also set on fire the first time they enter your modifier's range. At high levels, its defense bonuses become stronger, and burning unique enemies also regens bonus armor. So this is really going to be good for escalated missions. Enemies that get close to you, they get set on fire. Again, pestilence is going to be really good here. Stuff like that, right? Vicarious combustion. Am I saying that right? Let me know if I'm saying that wrong. Secondary attribute headshot damage. Cool. Landing a headshot on an enemy that is already burning will also apply burn to nearby enemies. As a modifier levels up, this effect reaches a larger area. At the highest level, headshots will apply burn directly. That's called signed, shield delivered. Sorry. Here we go. Signed, shield delivered. I'm yours. Secondary attribute skill efficiency. While active, this improves your signature weapon performance, shield health, and shield active regen. This is kind of cool for your striker builds, for your red striker builds. This is really good. Kills made with signature weapons while using a shield refills the magazine without consuming ammo from the reserve, which is really cool for your striker builds using St. Elmo's. Very cool. At the highest level, these kills can also extend the duration of active modifiers. Very cool. Passive modifiers. Red Horizon comes with 20 passive modifiers, and they can help you adjust how under pressure works with your builds. Some help you build pressure faster or hold it longer. Others add new interactions with fire skills, grenades, shields, and signature weapons. The default primary bonus for the pressure gauge is status effect, but with passive modifiers like new formula beta and new formula gamma, you can swap from signature weapon damage to hazard protection. Hostile modifiers. Hostile modifiers will also play into pressure gauge this season, with enemies able to drain your pressure with certain actions that work against you. Interesting. Setting an affected enemy on fire is the only way to permanently remove or reverse the effect. Drain presence. Drains ammunition from your magazine and reduces the pressure while affected enemies are too close to you, or is close to you. Achilles heel restores health to affected enemies, and nearby allies will break their weak points. And nearby allies, when you break their weak points or pierce armor, also reduces your pressure. Thousand Cuts reduces the pressure whenever the affected enemy hits you or applies a stack of damage reduction buff. Okay. Interesting. So they have 3 buffs as well. So we get 3 modifiers, they get 3 modifiers. Okay. New weapons, gear, and talents. Gear and brand set updates. For gear sets, we are continuing to rebalance them around the idea that the more difficult the set is to use at its full potential, the more it should give back in return. For Red Horizon, the update focuses mostly on red core gear sets like Ortiz, Exuro, True Patriot, also including blue and yellow core gear sets will be addressed in future updates. Brand sets are also getting some changes. Bonuses such as shock resistance, health, incoming repairs, and swap speed are being removed, and protection from elites now adds a brand new set bonus. Interesting. We also recognize weapon bonuses so that we have also recognized weapon bonuses so that for each weapon type, at least one brand offers the bonus as a 1-piece and another as a 2-piece bonus. You can find the full breakdowns of these gear sets here. So let's go ahead and go here real quick. I've already looked at this, but I'll show you. So like what they did with this, right? So enemies. set ablaze by Ortiz incinerator turret prototype ignites other enemies within 10 meters. Usually was previously 2 meters, right? It deals 40% damage. So they seriously buffed Ortiz, right? True Patriot seriously buffed True Patriot all throughout the. Look at these buffs from 8 to 12. Woo! Aces and eights doubled it. They just doubled it. Wow. The one I'm really excited about is coming up. So Breaking Point. This is all for Breaking Point. Hot Shot. Here's Hot Shot. You can pause the video. Concentrated Company, A Negotiator's Dilemma, Ongoing Directive. These are the two that I'm curious about. Was Ongoing Directive. Tipping Scales is my main set, so I'm gonna read this one. Ongoing Directive is another one I use. Ongoing Directive is with my Tinkerer's Mask. Shooting enemies applies this. Shooting a status effect enemy will apply a mark. Killing a marked enemy grabs a full clip of hollow point ammo for your active weapon and a half a clip for agent's active rate. Hollow point ammunition amplifies weapon damage by 40%. It used to be 20%. Now it's 40%. And the chest piece increases it from it used to do it to 50. Now it's up to 60%. That's insane. Now this one's my favorite one. Tipping Scales, 4-piece talent throttle control. Shooting builds up stacks maxing at 50. Each stack provides 0.5% of weapon handling and 5% of critical hit. It used to be 4%, right? So they bumped it up 1%. Losing 6. Okay. And then the backpack used to be from 4 to 7%. Now it's 5 to 8%, which is insane. So I can get up to 8%. That's awesome. And there was a chest piece too, because there's a chest piece and a backpack. I thought I saw the buff for that. Okay. And then these are all the different cores. So yellow core, blue core, and these are all the different brands, and this is what they buffed. So I'm just going to quickly scroll through this. You can pause it and read this as you will. If there's any personal gear that you're really curious, like Rural Works is a really good set. That LMG damage is awesome. Unit alloy. So how's this? So SMG damage, 5% fire rate. Oh, that's his Sokolov. Okay. Unit alloy, 5% fire rate, 20% AR damage, 50% magazine size, 5% fire rate. This is so. Okay, so this is the old. So this is the old. This is the new. So the fire rate thinness. So they increased the AR damage for unit alloy. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So that's that. Let's get back into it. Okay. There's also one broader change to how well handle brand sets going forward. How we'll handle brand sets going forward. Starting with Red Horizon, instead of adding a new brand set, we'll be adding more named pieces with perfect talents and attributes. Okay, cool. So weapon updates. Steel and Sun ACR. Base stability has been increased, reducing vertical recoil. Maximum stacks increased from 3 to 4. Destroying enemy weak point now, it causes them to take 30% amplified damage for 5 seconds, up to 10%. Okay. The Determined talent. This is huge, guys. I talked about this in a previous stream. Determined will now function like Perfect Determined. So, and I never understood that. I was like, why would anybody use Perfect Determined when Determined is so much better, right? Well, they're getting rid of regular Determined, meaning a kill on a converted headshot will no longer trigger another guaranteed headshot. The ability to chain body shots as headshots is now not going to go away completely. The function is moving to the new Iron Will exotic chest piece through the Resolve talent. Iron Will lets your next body shot count as a headshot off without requiring a headshot kill first, and can be paired with exotic MMRs and high-end MMRs using the talent like other than determined. Using talents other than determined. To support it, we're also buffing several MMR related gear sets and brand bonuses. New exotic weapon, the Fafnir exotic shotgun. This weapon fires dragon breath shells. Now this is an actual bullet, by the way, in real life. Dragon's breath shotgun shells are a real thing. Each shot has a 40% chance of applying burn to an enemy, which is kind of cool. Weapon damage is amplified by 50% to status effect bonuses. These are all your things. Very cool looking shotgun. Very Destiny esque. This very much reminds me of a shotgun you would see in Destiny, if you ask me. New exotic gear, the Iron Will chest piece. This is what they were just talking about. Talent resolved. Your next body shot will be considered a headshot. Cooldown is 2 seconds. PvP version. Your next body shot will be considered a headshot. Cooldown 3 seconds. Requires MMR rifles or pistols. So you can use a pistol build with this. This is what it looks like. Oh, I like how it's got bullet holes in it. That's cool. New gear. The Embered Engine gear set. There's a 2-piece equipped. So 2 pieces gives you skill efficiency. 3 pieces gives you 30% status effect bonus. 4-piece unlocks a unique talent, a new unique talent. Talent, spontaneous combustion. Every status effect you apply has a 40% chance of also applying burn. So you could pair this with ongoing directive. So you're applying bleed and burn, and then with the seasonal modifier, you're applying burn again. So you could apply 3. Ooh, this is going to be dirty right here. I want this set because I want to use Ninja Backpack with this and tipping scale. I can't run 4-piece. Ooh, yeah, because you can't run 2 4-pieces. So I could run a 3-piece and a 4-piece, or right. Ooh, I don't know how I want to do that. I kind of actually rather run this than ongoing directive because ongoing directive just gives me bleed. But I could run this with my Virtuoso build with Pestilence, and this is going to give my Pestilence burn. If the status effect initially applied was burn, your enemy will receive a 25% burn damage for the duration of the burn. Chest and backpack talents. A chest bonus is called Flashpoint, increases the chance of applying burn of spontaneous combustion to 60%. The backpack is called White Hot, increases duration of the debuff to 50%. Very cool. This is what the full set looks like. You got these like cool flames going on. Very cool. New named gear. Trick Shot. Named Eminence Armament Chest. Killing an enemy adds 1 round of a random special enemy to your sidearm. Rushdown. Named Ricker and Kaiser Chest. The last enemy that you have damaged with a skill is marked. Dealing damage to the enemy consumes the mark and reduces active cooldowns by 12 seconds. That's fucking cool. So if my revive's down, I just got to kill a bunch of enemies and I get my revive back faster. That's cool. This is going to be a cool chest piece. I want one of these. I want a proto version of that. Melon Baller, named is the Aldi Holdings backpack. Talent is Perfect Concussion. Headshot increases total weapon damage by 20% for 1.5 seconds to 5 seconds with marksman rifles. Nice. Headshot kills increases weapon damage by 15%. Damn, you pair that with the new chest piece where you're getting body headshots, you're guaranteed headshots. That thing is going to be dirty. This right here. Keeper, named 511 tactical backpack. Talent, Perfect Protector. When your shield is damaged, you gain 25% bonus armor, and all your allies gain 35% armor bonuses are for cooldown. Okay. New named weapons and talent. Teapot. Talent, Perfect Boiling Point. The first 48% of this magazine you have no crit chance. The rest of it you have 100% crit chance. Steamer, I don't know what these weapons are, like what they are like, but this is cool. So like the bottom half of the magazine, you're just doing insane damage with all 3 of these. That's very cool. Retaliation. It's been 1 year since Retaliation launched, and to mark the occasion, you'll be able to take on a special project chain from September 8th to September 22nd. The objective will send you back into Retaliation against different factions. Each complete project comes with useful materials and caches, with an outfit token waiting at the end of the main reward. I'll be doing this. You can use to unlock 1 eligible outfit of your choice from the store. And there's more to earn during the first week of September, from September 8th, 15th to Retaliation Surge, will be active, doubling the retaliation faction materials you'll earn from all sources. Dark Zone and PvP. Red, Red Horizon brings Blackout into the Dark Zone rotation. The Toxic Dark Zone remains as a permanent PvE variant. Dark Zone variants will rotate weekly across the DZ West, East, and South, with one PvE and two PvP. Dark Zone available at any given time. Toxic and balanced will remain active each week, while Blackout and Classic will alternate on a weekly basis. Toxic Dark Zone. The Toxic Dark Zone is here to stay. With the Into the Dark seasonal modifiers no longer active, we have made it a few changes so you can continue as a permanent PvE Dark Zone, which is so awesome. Other functions can now appear in Other factions can now appear in the Toxic DZ, including the Black Tusk. Sample canisters and surges have been removed. Toxicity has been adjusted, and extracting your gear will now clear your toxic level. So when your toxic level goes up, as long as you extract, it'll get you back down to 0. You don't have to go and do anything. Normalization remains active while to scale players to their gear to level 40. However, PvP specific overrides the talents, gear sets, skills, and weapons are not active, meaning these will use their PvE values against the enemies. Prototype gear will remain normal and similar to raids and incursions. Landmark chests in the toxic zones now have a 20% chance to drop a contaminated cache. These caches use the same special loot pool as the PvP Dark Zone, including exclusive raid gear sets, legacy DZ exclusives, named items, and exotics. So if you're still trying to get those exotics, this is going to be a very efficient way of getting exotics in the game right now. Coming tomorrow. A very effective way. Blackout Dark Zone. PvEVP, not non-normalized global PvP balance, active, shade, experience, active, rogue, protocol, active, whatever they do. For those of you who have been asking for a full uncapped Dark Zone, Blackout is exactly that. It is completely removed the stat normalization so you can use the full power of your build, including your Shade Watch and expertise upgrades. The zone is permanently invaded with Black Tusk as they remain the enemy faction, and you will encounter tougher veteran elites named enemies. Rogue Protocol remains active, and global PvE balances still apply to the weapons, gears, and set skills. Proto gear and weapons can also use their full base stats in Blackout. Their augments, however, will still use the PvE balance values. Okay. Rewards. Blackout loot drops at heroic quality, matchmaking the other PvP Dark Zones. There also has a 20% chance to receive an additional contaminated item from the special Dark Zone loop, including exclusive raid gear sets, legacy DZ exclusive weapons, named items, and exotics. With Red Horizon, Ortiz Refractor Cicadas, is that it? Cicadas and Nurse's knee pads have been added to the special loot pool for the PvP Dark Zone. Proto gear and weapons can also drop. You can get proto gear in here. Also drop from contaminated loot from enemies, with stronger enemies offering better chances of higher stat rolls. Normal name enemies have a 2% chance of, so bosses give you a 1% chance of protos. Cool. Exotic component drop rates and match another PvP. Challenging landmarks. Phoenix crates have a 33% chance. Challenging landmark bosses, 40% heroic. This is PvP, right? Yeah, PvP. Heroic landmark Phoenix crates have a 40% heroic. I don't know what any of this means, but basically crates, these are the stats. Global PvP balance. Our global PvP balance work continues in Red Horizon with another round of improvements. The goal remains to make PvP fights less about taking someone down instantly and giving you more time to react and fight back. We also want more talent, weapon skills, and set bonus to feel worth using, rather than having the same old few choices. Skills have received adjustments to both their base values and how they scale across skill tiers. These changes apply to conflict and all PvP Dark Zone variants. Gear sets and brand sets have also been adjusted separately for PvP where needed. New talents have been balanced for PvP as well. Together, we are adjusting some fixes, some existing outliers. You can find the full list of skill changes here and a full breakdown of the gear sets here. I'm not going to go. I mean, I can do this. Here you go. So this is all of their stuff. I don't know what like a lot of this stuff means. Um, I will leave a link to this in the description so you guys can go here. And this is the other one. This is the other one they have. Again, okay. Cool and updates. PvP stat displays. PvP weapon damage values will now have displayed directly in your inventory alongside your PvP values. Yours your stats will also automatically switch to the corresponding PvP values when entering PvP environments. You can now test PvP normalization stats in a global PvP balance override directly in the shooting range by enabling PvP settings before heading into conflict or the dark zone. The inventory normalization button will be temporarily unavailable while making the updates to the UI. Blueprints and loot. True Patriot and ongoing directive materials and blueprints have been added to the general loot pool. The following blueprints have also been added to the general pool: Unit Alloy Royal Works, Endelweiss Concentrated Company, Core Strength, Ortiz Refractor. The following blueprints are now available from Inina, Agitator, Investor, Cicada, Nurse's Knee Pads, Whiplash, Underboss. This is the one I need. This is the one I don't have. So you can get these blueprints are now available from, who is this? Oh, Inada. Is that the chick that's the chick next to the crafting bench? She now has these blueprints. Interesting. Cicadas and Nurse's Knee Pads will also been added to targeted loot. Cool. You need to own the respective item in the blueprint for it to appear. Right, so I need to go get it before. Okay, gotcha. Fixes, gears, and weapon talents. Fix an issue where Tinkerer's Mask, a bridge talent, was working across different weapon types. They're still fixing this. So this is still bugged. I don't believe it's fixed. Fix an issue where Tech Plate and Nitrate Carrier drops were spawning as prototypes with incorrect talents. Okay. Fix an issue where Whiplash Exotic Pistol and the Underboss Exotic SMG missing the reconfigure blueprint. That's a big fix. Fix an issue where the Permadonna stacks transferred into gear shifting named LMG. Like the gear shift named what? Okay. The Broken Rage Incursion, they fixed some stuff there. UI, they fixed some stuff in UI. Missions and Worlds, they fixed some stuff in here. Other, fixed a couple of issues with seasonal bundles. Okay, classified assignments. 2 classified assignments will be added to during the Red Horizon: the District Mall Inferno and the Georgetown Dead Zone. That sounds cool. The first sends you direct. So I didn't do the second classified mission in this last season, so I still got to do that and get caught up. So this season I will be getting the season pass. I always get the season passes for these, so we'll read this. But I'm actually going to be doing a little bit more investment this season because there's some cool stuff I want. I'm going to show you what I want. 2 new classified assignments. Okay, we read that. The first sends you to the District Mall after Agent Felix McNally is attacked while trying to recover broad spectrum antivirals, with the cleaners closing in and an unknown assailant linked to the Shade anomaly still unaccounted for. The second takes you into an area of Georgetown completely uncovered by the Shade network, where the JTF engineers team sent to install new tech has gone missing. Classified assignments can be accessed through the direct assignment, dedicated assignment tab on the map once they become available across unlocked level 30s, and assignments can be purchased at the and launch from there. Season pass. The optional season pass is available from division players starting at level 1 and get for 1,000 for $10 in-game source. So players with the season pass can unlock premium track rewards such as 2 prestige arm patches. So you get all this stuff. The free track gives you all this stuff. There's a red Red Horizon bundle and supply drop. So if you spend $30, you get all of this. You get this outfit. You'll get this. You'll get so for $30, you'll get an outfit. You'll get the season pass, and you'll get the two things. Plus, you'll get the bonus. So you get season pass, outfit, 2 classified assignments, 20 tier skips, and 15% XP. Right? Well, this is right here. Red O's Buy Drop available for $50 or regional equivalent includes everything listed above plus 5,000 premium credits. If you already own some of the content, if you already own premium passes purchased with, okay, this is why I want this offer. I want this, the fucking 4He special mask. I love these kind of masks. This one has like it looks like it has like you're not gonna be able to see my eyes. This thing looks badass. I'm definitely getting this. Don't miss out on an exclusive one-time offer available for $20 in regional events. So I spend $20, I get this mask, and then I can use the $10 to get the pass, and I'll still have $10 left over. So I don't think I'm gonna get this. I don't care about this outfit. It looks kind of cool, but I want this mask. Halloween is not too far away, and we'll have more to share with you. Oh yeah, we should have the Houndsman coming back for Halloween. As always, if you run into any issues while playing, please report a bug report. Guys, use this so the team can investigate. Good luck out there, agents. Division 2 team. All right, guys. Well, that's everything that they have out for Division 2 so far. Thoughts? This is going to be a fun season. I think this is going to be a fun season for me. I'm intrigued with this season. The Diablo 4 latest season was so bad for me. I've been so turned off to the game. I don't really want to play it anymore. So, wait, Twitch drops August. Oh, 11th to the 18th. So, wait, we're going to September. Tune on August 11th. I missed these. I didn't get these. Oh, how? August 13th. Why is it saying August 13th? That's weird. Okay. Anyways, I guess I missed out on those. That's cool. I would love to have. I would have known. I gotta bookmark this page, by the way. Let me just bookmark this. There we go. Just so I have it bookmarked because I missed out on the Steel and Sons Badger patches. One badger or a beaver with a gun and a beaver with a chainsaw, and then this chainsaw weapon skin looks badass. I'm bummed I missed that. What else did I miss out on? So, Broken Rain Incursion. I definitely want to do that with you guys. See, I got this one. I did get that one. This is the last one I got. Okay. So, yeah, to wrap it up, guys, crossplay, November. Echoes of Central Park, maybe November, December-ish, probably January if I had to guess, though. They're probably just going to push out a bunch of events for us for the rest of the year. So basically what I think they're going to do is, again, they already mentioned we have Halloween coming up, so we'll have the Halloween event with the Houndsman again, where we go hunt the Houndsman, the Bloody Houndsman, and there's going to be all the cool Halloween stuff, and we'll get to go do that again. And then Christmas, you'll have Krampus. You'll hunt the Krampus, do the Krampus event, and then January, I think, is when we'll get Central Park. If I had to guess, that's when Season 4 is going to happen. But crossplay, Central Park, and then the Red Horizon, which starts tomorrow, which I will be doing a full stream tomorrow of. So make sure you guys are subscribed, have that notification bell on, so you can join me while I live stream. I'm going to get on early tomorrow, so I can get a lot of streaming done tomorrow, okay? But on that note, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.